Hi, welcome to Dusseldorf Boat Show and the first 30 from Beneteau. I'm Toby Hodges, and that is Beneteau's continued introduction into fast, affordable, planing sailing. Let's have a look on board. So Beneteau started nearly 50 years ago with a first 30. So it's an important boat for them. Anytime they bring a new first 30 out, it's big news. We announced it last September. Well, Beneteau did in Cannes, and we talked about it in the magazine in Yachting World then. And it's on our website. But this is it's an important boat really because it brings it shows where the yard is going. It shows them going into a new sector. Behind that, that's the first 36, a couple of years old now. And that was built with really seascapes technology and behind it. And Seascape, really the Slovenian yard that built sports boats, very fun planing shapes for quite a long time, are now sort of in charge of, and Andras, the CEO of that, is in charge of the first line going forward. Anyway, when they announced it in September, Beneteau were very forthcoming about wanting to make it all about fast planing sailing. And they have badges here, notes here saying ready to plane, and that's what this boat is about. It's easy, entry-level, fast, fun sailing. And the affordable element, so this is the first 36. Fun boat, but it's more complicated to build, to keep it lightweight, and it's more expensive. So this is nearly 300,000, including tax. The goal of the first 30, make it 100,000 ex-tax. So that is 120 for a standard boat, including tax. Affordability, so how have they done that? They've been very clever about building it on a production scale, but from using some very, very good design, build, and engineering. Do you know what? Before I go too much into that, I'm going to keep this short because this is going to be a weapon to sail. It's a 3-ton boat. It's a planing boat, and anyone that's gone planing sailing won't want to go back. Basically, that's my thought. And Beneteau obviously believes that the young generation coming into sailing, they want to have fun. So that we're not talking necessarily a racing boat. People can race this, but it's about going fast and fun. And once that hull releases from the water, it'll put a grin on your face, I'm sure. So this boat is less than 3 tons. No, it is 3 tons, sorry. And it's a Sam Manard design. So anyone that knows Sam knows his IMOCA and Class 40 shapes, they really shift. But anyway, let's have a quick look through this. I'm not going to go too much more into the theory of all that because, I've written about it and we'll talk about it more when we're sailing. Let's look at the cockpit. Simple. It's the point of the boat is that, entry level people can come on here, they can sail the boat, they can have fun, and you can cruise it. It can be a family boat, it could be a couple's boat, you could shorthand it, whatever. Big cockpit space. When you're at anchor, you lift that tiller out of the way. There's no traveller to get in the way, unless you want it. You can have a traveller, you can have a table. But what they have here is an A-frame set up instead of a traveller. So you've got that block sheeted off on this side, and you can have a German main sheet left to these 2 winches. Those 2 winches are shared, and that leaves nice long benches, again similar size to the first 36 benches, and plenty of cockpit space. And you even get a swim platform because it's only 6 kilos. Yeah, so those going short-handed racing, club racing, have a traveller along here and have the main sheet obviously centred to that. It is only a pinhead mainsail. It's not a square top, and it's a fixed single backstay back there. So that says hashtag ready to plane. Effortless joy of planing for everyone has become their strap line. There's a lot to unpack from that. The affordability part, the 100,000 euros was key, and they maintained that for all of the 2025 sales. Back to the cockpit layout, you know, simple coach roof winches, handle the running rigging and the kite sheets, and yeah, I mean the jib sheets will run through there to these winches as well, but there's no tracks on the roof. It will just be a thimble for a 3D system. No extra weight in the coach roof as well. Let's have a look inside. Standing headroom. So almost 6 foot, 5'11" headroom in here, right at the sole, which is here, the companionway base, and in the cabins is cork, and it's literally, that's the bilge. And then there's a raised section with some timber on there for some warmth in the saloon itself. So that's 1.81 meters headroom at the companionway base. And I'm just going to show you this cockpit locker as well, because it's absolutely massive. So the cushion comes with, open that up. Really deep black water tank there. Yeah, space for sails, little dinghy maybe, toys. They'll put a step in there to get down in there as well. Yeah, so Beneteau and Seascape have been very clever with the build. They had pure engineering involved with it as well. So it's a Vinylester foam core hull and deck. That obviously keeps the weight out, but there's plywood bulkheads, and it's a normal production way of building the boat inside. What that means is, as a comparison, there are 74 GRP parts of the 36. There's only 14 of this, so they can put it together quickly, and you know the main parts still weigh very little. There's a lot of lightweight fixtures and fittings, and they can do it to a good budget to be able to offer it at the price that they do. So they see this used as club racers, young families, or those over a certain age as well. So your guests or kids go in there, you get 1.8 or 2.2 on the longer part in the aft cabin, and then your owner's cabin further forward. Owner's cabin same size as the first 36, galley same sort of size as well. So that's, yeah, good functional size. Some stowage, got a lift top option there to increase your work surface space. Bin space in there, and this is an ice box but can be a fridge. Magnetic door, really clever idea for that. Super lightweight, folds up, takes no space, gives you a little bit of privacy in the wet heads. And look at that for a nice long, that's the prime feature of here, good wet hanging locker, nice and deep. And then you've got a roving shower head as a tap to sit there as a wet heads area. That closes that off. Bit of noise and protection and privacy. 2 meter long sleepable berths here because they're nice and wide as well. So yeah, you can lift those parts up and give yourself a bit more width, and also means there's plenty of deep, long stowage behind those as well. You see, you go up here, so that means it's seated it's not quite standing headroom in the saloon, but it's good seated height here. I say good seated. I'm 5'10", my head's almost on the top of this now. But that is a nice big size saloon. I mean, yeah, I think they've done a good job there. So for the 100,000 price, you then pick two options to make it a sale ready price, a club racer or a weekender. And we've got a lot of the weekender package on this, plus a couple of optional extras as well. But for 19,000 extra for each of those, you choose what you want to get the boat ready to sail. Saloon table, obviously, and then you move forward, drops down a bit to give you that a bit more headroom here, especially when you're sitting. Don't worry, it's not standing height or anything, but yeah, it's a good size V berth. Big hatch above, ventilation there, and they've gone for these fabric removable wardrobe lockers here as well, just to keep any extra weight out, and especially for those that racing types that don't want the extra weight in here. If I said 19,000 extra for the club racer and weekender package, it's 16,000 extra. Anyway, I'll put the pricing in the specs at the end. So that's an icebox there, could be a fridge. Below the steps here is a 14 horsepower shaft drive Yanmar. Nice and simple, lightweight. So that was a strange quick tour, being kicked out of the show now. I've been here for nearly 3 days. There's been a constant queue to get on here. It's been super busy. Not surprised. It's a cool boat. As I say, starts at 100,000 ex-tax plus your 16,000 package to make it sail ready according to the sort of spec you want. I really look forward to sailing this one. As I said, those that know planing sailing, most of us have probably experienced it. You don't go back to displacement very often after that. So let's see if Beneteau are on to a winner for this, but I think they've done a great looking job and I'm excited to sail it. See you next time.